Hello everyone back home. I know some of you are interested about my new apartment and I thought I'd just make a quick little video about this. This here is the front view from outside the apartment, right outside the door. It's a smaller city as you can see, but actually the patio looks much nicer. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, this apartment is 5 stories tall and I am on the 3rd in 3I. So let's go in. Open this door. I'll step on. Oh. Let me turn the light on. There we go. First thing you do, of course, in Japan, take off your shoes before you enter the apartment. You can actually tell where it's a little bit different. They actually somewhat tiled this here with looks like brick of some type, and then up here, of course, is the fancier wood. Slippers. Or just socks or bare feet, but I have slippers right here. They're my Converse, which are a horrible choice to go out in because there are too many laces, and when you have to take your shoes off all the time, it becomes a big hassle. So you have to be careful about that, or you'll be holding everyone up. In this little room, there's not much. There's some cleaning supplies over here, and actually, this is a shoe cabinet. Open this guy up. As you can see, you can store any extra shoes or slippers, a lot of shoes if you have them, I guess. Backpack down there. I'm sure I'll find something else to use this for besides just shoes and slippers. What's that? We turn around and there's another door. Why there's another door, I don't know, but we open it anyway, and we actually do get into the apartment itself. Let me turn this light off. There we go. First thing you see when you walk in, I have a small kitchenette. Basic things, sink, drawer, storage up here, cups, bowls, and more bowls. This is only my 3rd day here, I believe, so I haven't really had a chance to sort stuff out. I get a small, basically a glorified hot plate. There's 2 burners on it. It is fed by gas, so it's definitely better than a hot plate, but there's not too much, you can't make anything too fancy with this. Just the basics, but it gets the job done. I do have a front window, but it's kind of a bad thing because, well, it's kind of an inconvenience because if you open the window, okay, we'll do now. There we go. Everyone can see inside your apartment, so I'll be needing to get some sort of blind for that. So normally I don't keep that open right now. Lock that. Yes, down over here I have almost a full-size stove. It has just barely enough room for basic stuff. There's not too much in here right now because, well, I haven't done much shopping. I just have some essentials, some eggs, tofu. I had some meat yesterday. I ate that. Jello cups, basically, with fruit in it. Some apples and some vegetables, basic. Some cabbage. This guy is a leek, which apparently the city is very famous for. Some bean sprouts, which I already opened. And juice and soy sauce right there. I have also a freezer, but there's nothing in there. The only thing that's in there, I believe, is, yep, ice. That's all in there. But also not very big. Going back up, I have no oven, as you can tell, but I do get 2 appliances. I get a toaster oven and a microwave oven. All the instructions, all the little icons are in Japanese, so it can be a guessing game at points at times. But so far it's worked out. Let me turn the light on because it's a little dark in here right now. So yeah, microwave, toaster oven, they get the job done. I don't really particularly miss having a full-size oven, but that's just me. I also get, though, a rice cooker, which I do use very often. Japanese-style rice cooker. Just put the rice in, put the water in. About 45 minutes later or so, you have fresh rice, and it's all good. Moving down, I have a dry pantry space. As you can see, I have a big bag of rice. I have salt, pepper, or no, this is garlic, this is pepper. I have some instant coffee, ramen down here, bread, and then I have some sweets. These are choco pies, very similar to moon pie back home. Some cookies, and this is hot tea, oolong tea. See here, moving around, if you go into this little cabinet, there's not much in here. The only thing that I have in any of these cabinets really is this right here. And this was already given to me. This is garbage bags. In Japan, you actually have to separate your garbage. Blue stuff, or burnable items, go into a blue bag. Anything unburnable goes into a orange bag here. The way I'm told that you separate the two is if you can cut it very easily, chances are it's burnable. So you do have to separate that sort of thing for them. So that was basically all the kitchen area. Very general, very basic, but it's very functional. Turning around, however, we actually look into the living room, which is very empty right now. There's not much here. And this is pretty much how I found it, or how I got it when I moved in. I get a small table. As you see, I'm already working on some stuff. It's the kind of table that you have to kneel down to, or you sit under it. I do get this little handy dandy chair with a back on it, which means I won't fall back if I lean back, which is very nice. I get a bookcase with a bunch of books. Actually, there were a lot of books when I moved in. Apparently, teachers before me, they buy books and they basically leave them for the next teacher, and it's been added to over the years, and it's gotten, you know, pretty decent. Most of the books, of course, are on Japan, but there are also some unusual books I found in here. Let's see here, a copy of Wicked. So I'm reading that. What else we got here? We got a book about Chris Rock. But yeah, most of these books are about the language, or at least about traveling around the country. So some of these can be very useful for me, I'm sure. Turning around, I get a television. I get about 8 stations, all in Japanese. But I also, it's a little more fun, or for myself, it's a little more taste of home, I get a little DVD player, which can play to the television. So I can take all my American DVDs, which I brought, which were right over here, and I can actually, if I want a taste of home, I can pop those in and watch that. But so far, I've been trying to watch a lot of Japanese TV just because getting exposed to the language, it always helps. You pick up little things, so it's been educational that way. Turning around, this was actually in storage. This is a very, very small ironing board with an iron. It takes a while to iron stuff on that little thing. But that was basically it. Oh, I get a telephone, but I can't make calls outside. I just make calls down to the lobby where I can let people in, or I can call the police if something bad goes down. So that was basically the living room. Again, not much right now. I haven't really bought anything for it, but I'm sure it'll fill up in once I start getting around, seeing stores and stuff, and finding stuff I'd like to have. I'm sure it'll fill up very quickly. But turning around, we actually enter right here the bathroom. Hello, let me walk in. As you can see, I'm getting dressed for work right now. In the bathroom, it's very basic again, but it's a very interesting style bathroom that they have. It's very Japanese style, and I'll show you what I mean by that, but we'll start right here in the middle. As you can see, I have the little the bassinet, and a bunch of little storage areas right here for any of my toiletries. Up here, I also have a cabinet for more toiletries. And in this little guy, this is my washing machine. I do get a washer. However, I get no dryer. If I dry anything, it's going to be the old-fashioned way, Little House on the Prairie style. You go outside, you put it on a line, you wait till it gets sunny, or you just wait long enough, and it'll eventually get dry. If it's raining, you can hang it inside the bathroom, inside the bathtub somewhere area, which I will show you shortly because it has been raining, and that's what I have to do. But we'll get there after this guy. Toilet. Turn on a light, walk on in. These are, I'm sure many of you have heard about the fancy toilets in Japan, the very technologically advanced ones. This is not it. The only feature it does have a heated seat. There's a little knob right here. You turn that, the seat will heat up for you. But that's about it. But if we look up here, this is a faucet. This is kind of weird. What it is if when you flush the toilet, which I will do shortly, the water will start running. I'll do that right now. What I'm told that's all about is that they're trying to save water, so they thought if you could go to the bathroom and wash your hands somewhat at the same time with the same water. The water is clean, it's just being used to fill up the bowl. You save water that way, and therefore it's better for the environment. If you want to do that, it's fine. Just throw a bar of soap in there, some towels. You can wash your hands right when you're done with that. But turning around, I have the actual bathroom, bathtub area, bathing area. In Japan, you traditionally bathe on the outside, right here. There would normally be a little stool here where you can sit down with the hose, with the nozzle and all that, wash yourself. Step your hand a little bit more. There's a little bucket right there. You can throw water on yourself, hot water to keep yourself warm. It's tiring, you get cold, it's not very comfortable, but traditionally that's how you would do it. I normally use the shower. It's just easier. It's you don't freeze to death. But to each his own. What I don't do is you don't bathe in the tub. The tub itself you use just to relaxing. You basically fill it up with very hot water. If you can tell right here, the water is in Celsius. 40 degrees is basically the benchmark. Any more than that, you're going to scald yourself, or at least it's a personal preference. You actually can't turn it more than 40 degrees unless you press this button to do it, so you don't accidentally scald yourself. But you have to be careful with that. One little click and it can be a very noticeable difference. But the bathtub itself is very deep. You can get really far in there. If you fill it all the way to the top, your head will just peek out over the top. So it's very relaxing, but it does use a lot of water. It'll take a while for that thing to fill up. But yes, this was the bathroom. Small, but again, functional. Everything in Japan, as far as housing goes, usually going to be pretty small. This apartment, I'm told, is quite large for the situation that I'm in. But moving on, this is the bedroom. Again, not much in here. I get a futon, not an actual bed. And what a futon is, if you don't know, it's basically a mattress that goes on the floor. If you look here, you get basically a foam pad. I threw an extra blanket on here because it is kind of solid, and I do like a little bit. I like a solid bed, but this was quite solid, quite firm. So I threw a blanket under there to give it a little bit more comfort there. The futon itself, again, is also not very thick. It's not made from foam like the bottom part, but it doesn't give too much. But I definitely can sleep on it. I don't wake up particularly uncomfortable. It doesn't seem to hurt. But again, I think I might invest in a lack of a fluffier futon. But again, I get a blanket. This is a very thin blanket. It's very hot right now, so I really don't need anything thicker. And of course, a pillow for myself. I get a small nightstand, which I think was where the TV went. It looked like someone popped out the back of it so they could feed cords in there. But someone moved the TV. But this works fine for what I need it for. Just my Kindle, my laptop, clock, like that. That's all up there. Turn around. We get to the closet. And I get two closets, actually. I get this one here where I can put all my clothes on hangers, suits, shirts, pants, all that stuff. Get some drawers for other things, t-shirts. Well, these would be dress shirts up here, t-shirts in here, jeans, socks, underwear, that sort of thing. And then I get some storage over here, which I haven't really had anything to store yet. There's just not enough to do it. Some stuff was already here when I got here. This was some work supplies, I guess I was told. I got a thicker blanket for when the winter comes and it gets colder. But again, there's not much here that I've put myself. That vacuum cleaner was given to me as well. These doors do close, however, but it's kind of a hassle. They fold, and they come in pieces. There's like four of these. There's four of these doors, which all fold. I believe there's four. There might be three. Yeah, you have to actually fold these out to close the doors. So normally I've just been keeping these open so far. If you have company over, I guess it would be a good idea to fold them closed. But right now, I'm fine. I also have an extra futon up there as well. But for the end of the tour, let me open this. There we go. It was locked. This is the balcony. Right here. The balcony is much nicer view actually, especially if you pan over this way. You can see that I'm surrounded by little hills. It's very green. You might be able to tell we're actually in the middle of a typhoon, is what everyone tells me. Some schools have been canceled, and it's not like a hurricane where people are sheltering inside, but they definitely don't want to go outside because it does, apparently for them a typhoon just means it's going to rain a lot and it's going to rain hard. Not necessarily winds are going to start turning things over. But if you look closely, down this way, tip of my finger, there's a train track. There's a train. Yes, there's a train that runs about, well, I would say every 45 minutes. It might be getting here pretty soon actually right now. You might be able to see it. But the train does run outside my apartment. It's not particularly loud. It doesn't bother me personally, but you do hear it. It just goes clickety clack, and it just keeps going around there, heads off in that direction. And of course, the other train goes the other way as well, goes back. But out here so far, if you don't see it right now, I get my drying pole where I get to put all my laundry. I just put hangers up here and just let it sit. This bad boy here, this is for socks, underwear. You can just clap each sock on there or each piece of underwear. You let it dry, won't blow away. Very nice that way. The balcony itself, fairly large actually. You could definitely fit a small barbecue if you wanted to do that sort of thing. I would just be afraid that you're going to either burn the floor or the floor, or I honestly have not seen anyone else here with a barbecue, so it might not be even allowed in this apartment building. If you look out straight that way, where that red sign is, you might not be able to see it. That's about downtown. At least that'd be the main street, I'm told. Again, Yonago is not very huge. It's about 150,000. Definitely bigger than where I'm from, but downtown is pretty comparable from where I'm from. It's not much, but what they do have, it's very nice. There are a couple of malls nearby, decent size. Thing about this area is that two cities kind of link together. Actually, two or three cities kind of link together. There's not really a division. You just kind of walk and you just cross one street and you're in the next city, or the vice versa. So it's actually not that bad. It says 150,000, but you could definitely consider yourself a bit bigger when you take into consideration that little facet. There is a huge mountain which I can't see from. Well, it's not terribly huge, but it's definitely a large mountain. They call it Mount Dyson. It's definitely very picturesque. It looks exactly like how you would picture a mountain to look like. Not as big, of course, as their crown jewel of Mount Fuji, but people seem to climb it. It's not apparently it's not a very difficult climb, but I'm sure eventually I'll do it one day. But if you just look around here, you can't tell over there, but there are houses or more hills that way. There's also a bay, which you can't see from here. We're actually on a peninsula. Of the two, there's two cities on a peninsula. We are one of them. And again, we're right on the coast. If I bike just 20 minutes from here, I'll hit the ocean, which is very nice. It doesn't look like the train's coming today. It's too bad, because their trains are they're quite nice. They decorate them. Sometimes they decorate them very cute. Sometimes they decorate them very oddly, depending on the theme, I guess. But hey, you can't get. Oh wait, here comes the train right now. It was coming from the other way. Watch this. It's going to sound a lot louder than it really is, I think. Yeah, that looked like some sort of anime-inspired train. So, yeah, they have some fun trains here. But yeah, overall, this is my apartment. Again, it's not huge, not particularly small, just the right size for myself. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything. So, until next time, this is it.